Welcome back, Bordeaux lifers. I can't speak too loud because things have got going again. Last night I got a quick text from my neighbour who's probably still sleeping because she said all of a sudden she didn't have electricity last night. She called EDF or Enedis, and they came out and they fixed the problem. So basically they just put a new cable in, which means we can get going on the build again. Lads have been here since 8 o'clock, so we best get in and see what they've been up to. Salut les gars.
Salut Ed.
Qu'est-ce que vous avez fait ce matin? Il n'y a rien sur le mur là.
C'est un peu difficile, hein? On a mal au bras. Well, look at the wall. You old Englishman. Just look. It's beautiful.
Oh yeah, I didn't realise you'd got all that off.
Yes, we take off all the...
That's come off really well actually.
Yeah. Still a little bit on the top.
No, but it's come off really well. I was expecting the wall to come with it. Let me come up. I need to nip off some materials now, so I'm going to leave the boys to it. Second thoughts on the time-lapse, Emma. I think it's that slow going that even a time-lapse is going to be boring. So we'll just kind of show them a bit of progress. So the boys seem to have got on really well whilst not been here this morning, and then when I got back it's continued to advance. It's just more of the same. We might film a little bit on time-lapse, but we'll come back to that another time. Let's head back to the chateau for two reasons. First of all, we're going to have a quick word from our sponsor of today's video. Please watch it, because it really, you know, they've kind of sponsoring us, so if you don't watch it, it kind of hits us too. And second of all, we're actually going to go through the numbers, where we're up to so far, what we've spent. Let's see. This little puppy is the Cyrusher Ranger all-terrain electric bike, and it can get up to 25 kilometers an hour, bit more with the wind behind and really pedaling. Comes in 4 colours, and with the suspension front and rear, it really does look the part, and more importantly, the ride is absolutely amazing. The Ranger comes with a 52-volt battery, a 250 watt motor, which creates a range of about 90 kilometers.
So enough to go to Bordeaux and back then, Ed? How are you going to carry your tools? Although it does have a little thingy at the back where you can just have your tools on.
Well, yeah, I've got an idea for that, and I'm going to show you a little Bordeaux trick for that in a minute. But yeah, I suppose I could go to the building back on it, really, couldn't I?
Yes.
So I've done about 11 kilometers on this. It doesn't feel like I've done anything on it, really, because you just kind of push the pedal and off it goes. There is also a throttle that you can fit, and I fitted the throttle on this. And there's 5 different kind of, I wouldn't say gears, I'd say 5 different electronic speeds. So if you're not kind of happy to go 25 kilometers an hour, you can start off at about 9-10 kilometers an hour. So it really feels as gentle as you can go slow on a bike, really. So, I mean, it's really good in that respect. It does have a little horn in case somebody steps out in front of you. But yeah, everything's displayed on this beautiful little LCD display. So you can see the speed, you can see how much battery you've got left, you can see exactly what electronic speed setting you're on. So like I say, 1 to 5. And of course it's progressive from about 12 kilometers an hour up to 25 kilometers an hour. If you're going downhill though, you can get way above 25. I think I've done 36, I think maybe getting on towards 40. When Ryan and Billy came, and they absolutely loved it. Now there's no need for insurance or a helmet. I would, however, advise on both, because I don't think insurance costs that much, and a helmet, you know, whenever you're on a bike, I'd suggest a helmet. So we've had this bike for a long time now. I think we got it midsummer, didn't we, Anna?
Yes.
We tested it in midsummer. We absolutely loved it, but it is a fairly expensive product, so we wanted to kind of let it set in our minds, give it a bit more of a rigorous test before we actually endorsed it. And, you know, having, you know, a few months, a few times that goes at a time, I really do love this bike. I think it's great. And I think for rural areas like this, I think it's a great bit of kit. We actually recently got sent the mudguard kit, and like you said, you touched on this little frame at the back.
Yes.
What would be interesting is if you could get somebody to have a seat on the back. There's 4 little screws. You know, it could become a 2-person bike, and we could go for a little love ride together. I want to just get something and show you kind of what the Bordelais would do with this bike. So I said it'd be pretty cool to have a seat on the back. I don't know whether that's allowed or not, but you could always adapt it yourself. But the Bordelais would attach a wine case on the back.
And they could carry their
Well, baguette, onion, garlic.
bottle of wine.
Of course, bottle of wine, some cheese and things like that. But no, the amount of times you go in Bordeaux and you always see these kind of Bordelais people with their wine case on the back. I think it's pretty cool.
It is.
Possibly a bit of snobbery with regards to which cases they put on. I don't know. I've never really looked at the cases to see what it is, but
You just check what bike they have, and now you can
Yeah.
show off with your
yeah,
new bike.
now I can be the king of the castle. But no, I'm really impressed with it. And I'm going to take it for another ride now and kind of try and show a little bit more of the suspension and how, you know, giving that suspension is without falling off. Basically, if you're interested in this or the Kamada, it's like a little brother of this, then you can go on the Cyrusher website, links in the description, and yeah, we have a special discount code for Bordeaux Lifers, and that's Bordeaux Life, and we'll pop that in the description as well. But let's finish with a bit more action and go for another ride on it.
Doing all your security checks, Ed.
Yes.
You can even move gravel with it.
Yeah, I think I've got a bit of cleaning to do because I was doing some skids up the valley there, and I got grass and mud all over this perfect bike.
That looked fun.
Yeah, no, with the mudguard though, I did go through some mud up the valley, and really nothing came off the front wheel, and literally minimal specs came onto the back of the bike. But absolutely brilliant electric bike. Thank you all for watching that. It's really important to us. Let's go back inside and have a look at the numbers, where we're up to on the build so far. Just a quick recap. Buying price 155,000, agents fees 10,000, notaires roughly 12,700. Still wait a few months for that to be an exact figure. So 177,700. So first front door, 350 euros. Windows and fitting. Now we had a price in on that at about 12,000, but we don't know what it's going to be now that I have to go back to wooden windows. So we're still waiting on a quote for that. So we'll put a big question mark there. I think emphasis on big question marks. I think it's going to be a lot. Roof insulation 885, parquet 3,039. We're going to have, obviously, the roof's going to go on this side, and then bits and bobs, just literally nipping to the shop for this, nipping to the shop for that. We've already got 4,052 euros. The only thing missing off here now are Louis and Cyril, but we'll kind of deal with that a little bit later on. I'll put a bigger total together for that. So yeah, there you can see we've roughly spent about 8,000 euros to date, plus obviously the buying kind of price. But yeah, we're going to have some big expenses coming in pretty shortly. We've got the roof. The roof should be started this week or next week, and once the walls are done, we'll be putting the floor in. So that's going to be fairly expensive too. Hope you've enjoyed today's vlog. If you have, give us a thumbs up. If you've not subscribed already, please subscribe and ring that bell, because then you get notifications of when we post a video. See you all next time.